Hi, my name is Heather Tester, and I would like to welcome you to my modified Intro to Computer class. Upon entering my class, students will see a video that is an auto start video. I like to have my videos and my announcements be auto start because I have found over the years that, believe it or not, there are many students who won't click the play button, so they miss out on the video. So that way, when students enter, it automatically starts, and obviously after they come in the first time, they can just hit the pause button and don't have to listen to it again. So also what they'll find in my announcements is there's a click here to learn more about Mrs. Tester, and that's just going to take them to a page that has more information about me. I will have that video there again. This is also linked on the left hand side because I'll only have this up the first week of the quarter, and students that enter my class late will still have access to this. And then there's a click here to introduce yourself, and that takes them to the discussion board where they can introduce themselves and also read and learn more about other students in the class. And then finally have a question link. This is going to take them back to the discussion board as well. And my hopes is that students will have a place not only to ask questions, but to also go and maybe find an answer. As we all know, students tend to always ask the same questions, so this would be a place that I would encourage them to look first to find an answer so that they don't have to wait for my reply if it's already been answered from another student. Hopefully it's pretty obvious on the left hand side, the Start Here folder where they will start. The first thing that they'll see under the Start Here folder is a welcome video, and this video is actually a tour of the classroom. I think it's pretty obvious where they should go and what they should do, but again, we have many students who are still confused, and since this is a modified computer class, all of my students in this class would be special ed students, so the visual of a classroom tour on a video would hopefully help them out, just kind of telling them about the folders and where to click and where they can find things. The Meet Your Teacher, that just takes you to that same link as before where students can read more about me if they want to know more about me. The Where to Begin, that's just going to remind them that they should look over this information before moving on to the assignments. Navigating the course, that's going to give them a little more detailed information about each folder. That way, hopefully in the future, they can go directly to the folder that they need rather than have to sort through them all to find their answers. Communication, my number and information is several places in the class. I also have it on the home page, which would be the first thing that they see underneath the announcements. There's all kind of resources there, but I like to have that a lot of places just so that students don't miss my information. The Netiquette section, obviously this is just where students would get information on how they should act while they're taking the online class. And then finally the prerequisites and software requirements. Since this is a computer class, if students are using an ECOT computer, they have everything that they need, but if they're using a home computer, they need to know that they will need to get Microsoft Office. If they can't get that, they can use OpenOffice, but this is just reminds them of what they need and how they can get it, and also reminds them that this is a high school class for DEC or special ed students with an IEP. Then we move on to the course overview folder, and in that folder there's of course a course description, just letting them know that this is a full credit course. A lot of students think that electives don't count, but we want to make sure they know that. Our learning outcomes, which hopefully these are things that they'll know or learn by the end of the class. And then finally an assignment checklist or course calendar. This is really important. I have this here in this folder, and I also have it down near the assignments because I really want students to print this off, and then as you can see it tells them when things are due And once they print it off, they can check mark when they have it done. They can keep track of their grades, and they can also ask questions or write questions that they want to ask the teacher. That way, when they call or when they attend a live session, they have all their information right here where they can easily remember what questions they have to ask. There's also a course tools and resources Q&A folder, and have a question to ask, that's just going to link them back to the discussion board again to ask a question. And then the rest of these are actually videos. How do I use the Dropbox? That's going to show students a video specifically of how they use the Dropbox. How to download Read and Write Gold. The Read and Write Gold program is a program that any student can download, and it will actually read, if they have this program on their computer, it will read any written information to them. So this is really great because, again, this class would be focusing on DEC students who typically have a reading level of 2nd to 3rd grade. So this is great for them to use to help them with the reading. How do I use the discussion board? Another video just showing them how to use the discussion board. And finally, what is my grade? And this is going to show them how to access their gradebook and find their grades. And then if they scroll down, it will give the grading policy, missing work information, as well as how grades are given here at ECOT. Now finally, the best part of this class, in my opinion, is my assignment area. And my whole motivation behind making this class is I've been here at ECOT for 9 years, and my first 5 years was in the DEC Special Ed Department. And I found that so many students do not do work because they're confused and they're lost. And let me give you an example of why. One reason we would find that in this class. If we look at my regular IQity classroom, this is actually from the first semester. And as you can see here on the left-hand side, this is typically what students see when they come into my class. The first few items they wouldn't see, those are individual. But quarter 1, quarter 2, there's a lot of things going on here on the left-hand side. And once they click on that quarter 1 folder, well, I mean, a lot of students don't have issues with this. It's pretty organized. You have all of your weeks here. But as you can see, once you open up a week, there's just so much going on here. And unfortunately, many of our special ed kids, especially with ADD, ADHD, it's just so much going on that what they tend to do is they end up just not doing anything. So let me show you my assignment area. Under my assignment area, students will literally only see 3 things. So this is a big change from our typical IQity classroom. They'll see the assignment checklist calendar that I showed earlier. They'll see the assignments, and they'll see 1 Dropbox. Typically our IQity classes have 1 Dropbox for every assignment, but in this class I would only have 1 Dropbox per student, and each student would only be able to see their Dropbox. So it would greatly reduce the amount of things that they see on the left-hand side and the amount of areas that they need to click and go to find where they put their assignment. Now for the assignments, again, if we look back in my regular IQity class, there's just so much going on. I try to color code, but in this class, all of their assignments will be located in one area. Now when I get to quarter 2, there would be one other link for quarter 2. But for quarter 1, you can see all of the weeks are here on this one page. When you click on quarter 1, another page would show up, and it simply would have the assignments right here. Each assignment, again, these are actually lower level special ed students who typically have a very low reading level. So every single one of my assignments has a video directions, a video lesson. It's all right here. So every assignment, what they would need to do is click on the assignment, watch the video, then do the assignment. My very first assignment is an easy A assignment. I want them to start with success. And this assignment, it's a getting to know you assignment so that they can tell me about themselves. And again, get an easy A, start them off with some positive success. Again, I might have some pictures attached to show them, give them a little more guidance. I do have a rubric on this assignment, but it's all going to be listed on one page so that they have easy access and they don't have to continue to try to figure out where all of their assignments are. And then of course week 2 is the exact same way. All of the assignments are listed. There's a video to watch with directions. And hopefully that just reduces all of the anxiety about finding work, where to turn it in, and just helps them to have an easy pathway of getting their work done and turned in, and hopefully it helps them to be successful. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my class.